Christina Lee Copeland, tell me about your new movie, The Wall Street Conspiracy.
Okay. The Wall Street Conspiracy is a film that addresses the issue of naked short selling, sometimes referred to as illegal naked short selling. Now, what that is, it's when you're going in and you're borrowing a stock, but you're not paying for that stock and you're never delivering that stock, which is flooding the market with phantom shares. Now, what the film does is it breaks down this process, and it took a lot of years to figure out how to really tell this story, you know, so that people would really understand it. But it takes you through the process with a group of activists from former economic advisors, you know, business owners, like all people from all walks of life. We documented the last decade of their interest in the subject in this particular loophole that, you know, the former chairman of the SEC calls a, you know, pernicious form of fraud. I mean, it's been addressed, it's acknowledged by the government, by Congress, by the SEC. They created Reg Show, you know, regulation, SHO, you know, Reg Show for these victim companies to be listed. But the issue is that it's not being managed. You know, I think our government, you know, everyone wants the right thing, but there's sort of like this sort of abyss of people not addressing the issue. So time has gone by, you know, and people have been watching.
We haven't heard about it a lot since the financial crisis, when people were talking about naked short selling during the financial crisis.
Well, they were, yeah.
Now, you actually tell your story through an activist named Darren Saunders. How'd you meet Darren Saunders?
I met Darren in New York City 12 years ago. I was writing a screenplay about Wall Street, and I went to a cafe, and I met Darren. And Darren and I began talking, and he said, you know, I told him what I was doing, and he said, oh my gosh, I have a story to tell you. And at that time, Darren was picketing on Wall Street, and he was going to Washington in front of the SEC, and I thought that was good material. I didn't know what I was getting myself into a decade later. I mean, I have to say, I was looking at it from a creative point of view, and as I, you know, dove into the subject, and then the people in the film started to find me, I started to realize how, you know, powerful it was. And, you know, when the economy collapsed in the media in 2008, you know, 6 months before that, there were bans on naked short selling. And when the collapse happened in 2008, the bans increased, and other countries, you know, followed suit and put in bans.
So what do you think should be the result of your film? Do you think they should reintroduce the uptick rule? Tell me what you think should happen as a result of the Wall Street Conspiracy.
Well, we hope right now that when they have the hearings on July 21st this summer, you know, the Dodd-Frank bill, when they go address that, because that's when it's listed to be heard again, that the film will be out there and there'll be an awareness. We have a congressional screening arranged for April 26th. So just to get the message out and to let people know, and the SEC know that we're here to help support you in what you're doing. I mean, I can't imagine, you know how thick the Dodd-Frank is. That's a big to-do list. And I've watched, you know, the SEC talk to FinReg, and, you know, I mean, they have a lot on their plate. They don't have the right budget, they don't have the manpower, they don't have the technology. So I'm hoping that the film sort of helps them present their case to whomever it is that they have to go to help rein this in.
This market is
stock pickers market.
Stocks have rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to